Tis the 10th of the 10th, 2024, and of course, the time is 9:40. It's pant-wettingly techie today. Why? Because Kamala Harris, US presidential candidate, has come out and endorsed not only Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton, but so too Formula One as an entity and a sporting endeavour. It is far too techie and chaotic for me to just put words to this. I'm not verbose enough, nowhere near articulate enough, so we've got to watch it. I've just got to dig it out and we'll go through it, man, and react to it in real time. This one, ladies and gents, is pant-wettingly
Like
techie.
Formula One, these guys driving around the cars over and over again in a circle.
It's so good.
You really love that.
We love it. Our whole family does.
It's not a campaign
and depending
thing.
on no, God no,
Wow.
no. Well, actually, I haven't been able to watch it a lot recently because I am campaigning. Because also depending on where they're driving, the time of day, you got to
Who
wake
is
up.
your
She knows. She knows that the time differences are chaotic. You know what? A lot of people in the chat and the comments in the community are saying, nah, this is just Kamala Harris being Kamala Harris. This is all PR. This is with a view to get into the White House, be the first female person of colour. And that's big in and of itself, right? Independent of your political lean. But maybe she's a proper fan here, chat. How can she know about the time differences if indeed she doesn't watch it? That would be some serious due diligence and or research. Right, I'm starting to buy into her. I think she's a true Formula One fan. Let's pull this up. Howard Stern, of course, on the docket, asking the questions, and that causes enough controversy and polemic in and of itself, right? Is he a real Formula One fan? Was he being disingenuous, pretending not to know about the sporting endeavour that we call the one that F's, as you were?
like Formula One, these guys driving around the cars over and over again in a circle.
It's so good.
You really love that.
We love it. Our whole family does.
It's not a
and
campaign
depending
thing.
on no, God no,
Wow.
no. Well, actually, I haven't been able to watch it a lot recently because I am campaigning. Because also depending on where they're driving, the time of day, you got to
Who
wake
is
up
your
like
favorite driver?
Oh, who is your favourite driver? Miss Kamala Harris, who is it?
Lewis Hamilton, of course.
Lewis Hamilton, of course. You know when you hear a viral moment instantly, the way she says that, she sounds like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Lewis Hamilton, of course. To which Sir Lewis Hamilton fans all around the world went crazy and lost their minds, of course. But it's two-pronged, this. It's an endorsement of Formula One, and it's a massive endorsement of Sir Lewis Hamilton too.
I don't even know who that is.
He's leaving Mercedes.
Hold on. Hang on a second, Howard. You don't even know who that is? Deliberately controversial, surely. There is no way on earth that you do not know Howard Stern, who Sir Lewis Hamilton is. Allow me to introduce you, therefore, 7-time champion, GOAT settings, the first Formula One driver of colour. What are you talking about, Howard Stern? This surely must be a stick, one of numerous controversial Howard Stern sticks. And again, he's one of the most broadcasted, popular broadcasters and podcasters either in the entire world. And that has to count for something, eh? As far as these lot talking about Formula One. But where does Howard Stern get off talking about, I don't know who Lewis Hamilton is? Behave yourself. You must be just about the only person in the world who doesn't know who Sir Lewis Hamilton is. What are you talking
Like Formula
about?
One, these guys driving around the cars over and over again in a circle.
It's so good.
You really love that.
We love it. Our whole family does.
It's not a campaign
and depending
thing.
on no, God no,
Wow.
no. Well, actually, I haven't been able to watch it a lot recently because I am campaigning. Because also depending on where they're driving, the time of day, you got to
Who
wake
is
up
your
like
favorite driver?
Lewis Hamilton, of course.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's such the levels of disingenuous from Howard Stern. I mean, come on.
He's leaving Mercedes. You don't know?
She knows he's leaving Mercedes.
Oh, you don't
I know.
watch Formula One? No.
I mean,
It's you.
You hear the disrespect with which he says, you don't watch Formula One. Who are you even, Howard Stern? What are you talking about? They just go round in circles. That's NASCAR, chap, not Formula One. Behave yourself.
Once you start, I think you should see it. You might get hooked.
wow.
Yeah, it's
You
good
don't play
stuff.
golf, do you?
Oh, what are you doing? Mate, what an endorsement as far as Formula One's concerned and Lewis Hamilton. I get. I don't want to do the political thing because I get it's very controversial, particularly in this time and circumstance. It's techie, but independent of your political leaning, whether you like, loathe, dislike Kamala Harris, this is huge. Forget Lewis Hamilton. He doesn't need any more fame. The endorsement of Lewis will make Lewis Hamilton's fans smile all around the world. But for Formula One, in North America, growth markets into which Liberty Media are looking to push the Wonder Fs, this surely, you don't get much bigger endorsements. Again, it's not a million miles away, election day, number one on the docket as far as the news cycle, as at the 10th of the 10th, 2024. So for Kamala Harris to go on to one of the most popular podcast / radio shows, courtesy of Howard Stern, and be talking about Formula 1, that has to mean something, eh? I think that means something, independent of your political leaning. And the comments too, everybody was like, Kamala Harris talking about F1. That can't be true. This has got to be a campaign shtick, surely, a ruse to get more votes. I don't think it was. I think she was being honest and earnest and truthful, knowing about the time differences, talking about not just Lewis Hamilton, just throw the name out there if you're being disingenuous, trying to get ticks in boxes or X's on ballot boxes. However, she went in deep, didn't she? She was talking about time differences. Oh, he's leaving Mercedes this year to go across the Ferrari. How do you not like that? Listen, I can't talk about anything today. Trump is a big Lando fan, slipstream. And I don't know enough. I don't know enough about this political thing to endorse one candidate one way or the other. Me and Windsor talked about Elon Musk the other day and everybody just destroyed us. We didn't even get deep. Said, Elon's a bit how dare you talk about politics, Cameron? Stick to the Formula 1. So I'm going to take heed of that. That counsel is fair, but I think that's worthy of mention. Kamala Harris out here talking about not just F1, but Lewis Hamilton too. What does that do for the sport going forward? How can that underline Liberty Media's push to get into growth markets into North America? That is humongous. Double underline settings, not just for Sir Lewis, but for F1 going forward. I think that's huge that we have presidential candidates, key political figures in the world, talking about Formula 1. Now, you can talk more broadly about the interview. I'm hearing good things that Kamala Harris, for once, came across as very personable. People like, people loathe, people dislike her vehemently. But sometimes it's good to hear a conversation, and it's always good for me as an F1 content creator, fan, a consumer of the sport, to hear key political figures talking about F1. I'm not sure Donald could. I'll give you that much. I'm not sure Rishi Sunak could, or Keir Starmer. I'll give you those. And to hear Kamala Harris talk about it so honest and earnestly and personably, quite frankly, made me happy. She told Stern that if he watched Formula 1, he would get hooked. I know. Do you know what I mean? That, what more endorsement than that do you want? Mate, I appreciate that. Bloody Nora. As at the 10th of the 10th, 2024, you have yourself one Kamala Harris coming out on Howard Stern, one of the most popular radio shows come podcast / broadcast in the world, talking about the one, the Fs. Ladies and gents, how do you like your Formula 1?